I want to use this material because I know that you have it. At least you got electronically. Some people printed it out. I saw it had it. I want to really encourage you to read this before you all gather again together, kind of deepen the learning a little bit on this methodology. The idea for possibility. Yesterday I mentioned, our dominant culture is used to a traditional kind of problem-solving method. Coming together. Sometimes it comes together early in the process, sometimes people come together later in the process, but usually they come with agendas or ideas. I don't mean a negative agenda, just like an idea, a point of view, I call it, a point of view. And this methodology called a small group is kind of just asking people to put the pause button on it. We will get to that. That is a very helpful process. We'll have statements of the problem, brainstorm solutions, work it out, come up with hopefully some consensus idea, put it into action, evaluate it, reassess. We've been doing this for decades. But this process, what is written here by a group that has been doing this in Cincinnati, they're kind of like the model city, in my view anyway, that they come together every month. They had a commitment as citizens, those that wanted to come together and learn this methodology for application of all kinds of issues in their town, in their city, in their neighborhoods. Could be around food insecurity or housing or busing or schools, whatever. But this says a great sentence. Problem solving needs to be postponed sometimes and replaced with this conversation, with possibility. Because our future will truly be created with the declaration of what is alive to each of us when we come together. What do we stand for? Out of this declaration, every time that we do enter the room again, the possibility enters with us. And it can change. In an hour, that sentence could be answered in a different way. Your possibility can change in the middle of a morning. Possibilities through an individual declaration gain power and impact then when it's made public. So that's why when we come back to a large group, having people stand up, again, have people stand up because I'm a facilitator standing mic, so you have people with the microphone so everybody can hear them. That once it's made more public, then everybody can understand what possibilities in the room. So other questions, as I mentioned yesterday, we did the crossroad question. What do we want to create together that would make a difference? What is possible that could happen to have a breakthrough? What can we create together that we cannot create alone? And again, they're not always in a linear fashion like this ownership conversation. Over blame, to be focusing more on one's own choices. Ownership is a decision to become the author of our own experience. The word authority, inside that word is the word author. And to me, people sometimes say, "Oh, you're an expert in this or that." I say, "Nope, I don't like that. I don't prefer to be called an expert, unless you're going to tell me the only thing I'm an expert in is the only thing that I know more about on this planet than anybody in the world is what it has been like to live the life of Lee or Hilton or Roy Rush. It's the only thing that I know more about than anybody on the planet. But I don't think that I'm an authority about anything other than what my own life has been about. Ownership is a decision to become the author of our own experience. It's to be really seen as that you are the cause rather than the effect of somebody else's behavior, that you make choices. It's a choice to decide on our own what we truly value and what meaning will show up when we come into the room, what's going to occur when we show up. It's also a stance that each of us collectively take in creating our own world, even the world that we have inherited. Most times people enter a room thinking somebody else is going to own this room. A lot of times when you go to government meetings, the way that sometimes the structure is set up is it's the physicality of the room is setting up. You walk in a room sometimes and the seats are all in theater style, and people up front have the elevated platform with a mic, and then we have a question-answer period, a public comment. But there's been some groups of elected officials that are experimenting differently with engaging citizens. It's a true civic engagement. So the people in a room, the dominant culture says you walk in somebody else's room, and it's not. It's our room. It's a collective room. And we need to change this as leaders. True leaders, you are leaders. You are leaders. And a leader in this method convenes people and gives them some structure and protocols for having different conversations. That's what leadership is the convening of people and then having them answer some unusual questions sometimes, but questions that create energy, not consume it. We need to shift this belief in our world, including this very gathering, that this is ours to construct together. The contract moves from parenting to partnership. So these questions, how valuable of an experience do you think this project will be? How valuable do you think this will be for your own life, your time, your own community? How much risk are you willing to take? How much risk are you willing to take to set aside maybe your own point of view, to kind of just listen in a deeper way? And that's why we talk about listening, not giving people advice, not giving anybody unsolicited advice especially, but just listening by saying, that's interesting. Tell me more what you're thinking. Tell me more. Or here's what I heard you say. Is that what you meant to say? Because this is what I'm hearing. So in communication, a lot of people who are, expert communication facilitators talk a lot about we filter things in for our own story. We hear things and then we kind of put it through our filter, see if it fits, and then we put it back out. And until you say to somebody, this is what I heard, is that what you meant to say? I think I told you I was married 40 years, coming up from 40, whatever, 30, I forget. I think it's 30. 30. No, 30. I'll remember by the time we went anniversary. I know exactly. But we went to therapy on and off for some times, and basically the therapy boiled down to this. The therapist would say, tell me how the week has went. And my wife might tell a story, I might tell a story. And one time she told a story, and then the therapist said, well, what did you hear? And I repeated back what I heard. And I noticed, I'm a good observer of nonverbal. He's got a little facial thing on his face. He goes, that's not what your wife said. I said, oh, well, that's what I heard. He goes, well, that's your problem. Is that it? I'm paying you $150 an hour to tell me I can't hear? Yes. No, your hearing is fine. I'm not going to yell at you. You're good. You don't listen. You're not listening. You're not getting the essence of what's being said. You're kind of interpreting it. Does that make, I guess the laughter means you understand that. I don't know. How much risk are you willing to take? How participative do you plan to be? What level of your commitment? We'll talk later about, what's going on after this weekend. What can you commit to? And I think that message should always be clear to people that, for me, we used to tell our young people, integrity is what is at the essence of one's character. Like, what does integrity mean? It means being your word. That's what integrity is. My father basically left me with two very powerful lessons. He said, I gave you two things in life. Your name, you carry that name Rush through time, and this is our history, our genealogy, hundreds of years, whatever, and then your word. So to me, a person's word, a man and a woman's word, is as strong as it gets. That, when you say to somebody, this is my word, and they go, you can trust that person. Because if he says or she says something, and then it changes, we'll let you know immediately. You won't find out their word's not good by them not showing up. They'll call you and say, hey, I committed, but life changed and these other things happened, and I can't do that anymore. Or they're good communicators. So that's really important, I think, to find out what people's commitment is, and things can change. I think Karen and others will ask for what's going to happen in the future months, and what can you commit to. And the last one, again, what have I done that I've contributed to this thing I complain about? What's my contribution? And using I statements is really important. So listen carefully as people discuss and talk about things, what pronouns people use. I listen carefully. When I hear us and them and they and we, I always say, let's make an I statement. Let me hear your own thoughts, your own opinions, your own idea, and not to be using a pronoun in that way. So the next conversation I want to just talk a little bit about this. I mentioned yesterday, and this is very sometimes skipped over conversation because people misinterpret what the word means. In our thought, the methodology of this small group is dissent means just bringing to the surface a concern in a legitimate, constructive, civil way. And I usually start with the individual dissent, not necessarily about a project, but the question about what have I said yes to that I no longer mean? And so it's not necessarily about the project we've come together for, but just personally, what have I said yes to that I no longer mean? Or what no am I postponing is another good question to take it from that angle. What am I postponing? Other questions could be like, what forgiveness have I withheld? Now, we only have a short time here this morning, so you can think about these questions, but they're very powerful questions. Or what resentment do I hold on to that no one knows about? Well, that would be like a therapy session, maybe. I jest, but what resentment do I hold on to? Now, I'll tell you again, I'm going to go back to that thing I mentioned last night, because you all saw it. All of America, all the people in the world saw it. That gentleman that knew on some level that that's what he needed to do to this person who killed his brother. So that in a way, I kind of think that the human spirit knows on some level what it needs to do to kind of move forward. And he just said a very quick line, can I come? He looked at the judge and said, can I get up and hug this person? As if, the judge was going to be the arbiter of what he needed to do, which is fine, but that was his place, and he did it. And it moved a lot of people. Now, I live close to where that happened years ago with the Amish schools, the young kids that got murdered years ago in the Amish school. And those of you know about that part of the country with Mennonites, I come from a long line of Mennonites on my father's side, with the Amish and the Quakers, and that kind of spirit community is a community that usually looks towards some kind of forgiveness. That's where the restorative justice movement really started, some of the victim offender mediation. Because whatever the system, whatever the government structures for dealing with conflict or crime or issues, the other narrative that we have to keep lifting up is that people do know what they need to do sometimes to make things right, have a healing level. So, what have you said no to that you no longer need? Could be a question you might want to answer. What yes am I postponing? And it's vague, which is meant to be, because questions that are a little vague or a little ambiguous or a little personal or a little anxiety promoting, that means it's an energy creating question. So see what comes up with that. Again, now since we have 4, you have to be maybe a little bit more mindful of some time, but see what comes up. And then the next round, we'll just talk a little bit about your concerns about the project you're convening about in a small group. All right, so see what happens there. What no am I postponing? What have I said yes to that I no longer mean in my personal life, in my work life, or wherever you want to address that? So see what happens. All right.